Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a couple weeks since I've posted a video because I was waiting, and I waited for something really cool to come in the mail. And let me readjust here. And it finally came. So today we're going to open it together. And this one is a very historic one, just like the Woodstock ones. It's checking all the lists of historical tickets. Like, what I do is collecting these tickets. I want to get the historical, monumental, cultural shows and all that. I want to get them first because they're the most important ones, and then from there backpedal and see like what else I can get. But so this one's from an event, and let me just show you a little bit of that event. I didn't want to get copyright striked from YouTube, so I'm going to kind of just narrate over this for a second. But as you can see, this is the most famous clip from Queen in history of Freddie Mercury acapelling at the Wembley Stadium Live Aid in 1985. Very monumental and historical moment, and it solidified, this performance into the history books. But of course, I didn't want it to strike the video, so now you know. So now that you know what we're dealing with here, you know that it is Live Aid 1985, Wembley Stadium. I have it right here in the box. We're going to open it up together. This was a ticket that I got from the UK on eBay, and I got it raw, and I sent it in for grading. So we're going to look at the grade together. But before we do that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Live Aid. Live Aid is, I have some notes on it, a global music festival that was held on July 13th, 1985. It was held on the same day simultaneously in London and Philadelphia. It was a charity event. It went on for 16 straight hours, and because they were on two different continents, and the time zone difference between the UK and the Eastern United States, it ran simultaneously for 16 hours. This ticket is the Wembley Stadium. This is not the JFK Stadium in Philadelphia ticket, but they are two halves of the same story, two sides of the same coin. So I will have to eventually track down the JFK ticket if I want a complete collection for that historical, significant, cultural event. But to give a little bit of context, they raised money for famine. It was broadcasted live to about 2 billion people across the world, that's historical. It reached 150 countries, and it raised over $125 million. And that's $125 million 1985 dollars. The people who played in London, among others, were Queen, U2, David Bowie, Elton John, The Who, and Paul McCartney, and Phil Collins. And the whole significance of Phil Collins was that, famously, he played in the UK and then took Concorde over to the United States and played in the United States on the same day, which that's never been done by anyone ever. It's also worth mentioning that this was probably Queen and Freddie Mercury, their most famous performance ever done, probably their best performance ever done. You can look up the entire set of Queen on YouTube. There's so many famous moments, and they even put it into the Queen biopic, this performance. So if nothing else, this concert is the most famous for Queen's performance. Long story short, it was very successful, and, it changed the way we do charity events for, concerts and everything. So very relevant show, even all the way up until today. So with all that said, let's look at what we got here. Here's my paper. And here is the ticket. Card inside. So I already know what the grade is because they tell you it on your account. But we are opening this together publicly for you guys. So All right, let's do this. I hate reflections. Here's the back of the ticket. Okay. There's a piece of dirt on that. Clean back. And then let's do this. Here's the front of the ticket. I gotta get a better setup where I don't have reflections. But as you can see, this is a clean grade of a Live Aid ticket. Clean grade. All right. Beautiful. Holy crap. I'm looking at it for the first time. Wow. All right, here's the grade. It's graded excellent 5. It is a stub. You can tell it's obviously ripped along that edge because the full ticket would go out to here. And so it is a stub, which means this ticket saw the event. This ticket was at the event. And it's now survived for 40 years to be in my hand, graded in really good condition. Now, the thing about stubs is that they are ripped tickets by nature because they're ticket stubs. So you can't really ever get a perfect 10. So 5 is considered amazing. 5, excellent. And let's see what they have written here. 1985 Live Aid, UK, July 13th. Wembley Stadium. Who, Bowie, U2, Queen, Sting, Elton John, Phil Collins, etc. Stub, excellent 5, and then the number. So, damn. Take a look at that. Clean edges. I can't believe Phil Collins performed in London and then jumped on a plane and flew to Philadelphia and performed in Philadelphia. That's ridiculous. All right, so quality of the slab, it's beautiful. Compared to my other slabs, it's thinner, which I'm noticing. This is a brand new slab. The other ones I didn't get slabbed. I bought them like that. The one thing I am noticing is that this slab doesn't have bumpers, like, you know, the little raised parts of plastic to keep the ticket in check. So I would hope that they figured out some sort of way to make it so that the ticket doesn't move down or turn crooked, because if it does, that would be very unfortunate. So there's no bumpers, which I don't know how I feel about that. You would think they would have bumpers, but it's beautiful. It's perfectly slabbed. There's not one scratch. There's no dust. There's no bend. And to give you a little context about this ticket being graded with PSA, there is only, I can't, off the top of my head, my computer just died, but there are, I believe, 47 grades in the world, and they are all 1.5, authentic, whatever, like low grades. And then there are 2 PSA 5s. I'm one of them. And then there's 1 PSA 7. So I was looking at the analytics for the population, and I am of the top 3% of the grades for this ticket. So I have that, I'm in the, you know, 97, top 97% percentile, you know, for this grade. So it's a very rare ticket, and it's a very rare grade of the rare ticket, which is beautiful. I'm literally thrilled. I'm over the moon. This is my first foreign ticket because I am from the United States. But it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It says ticket £5, include VAT plus £20 donation. All proceeds to Band Aid. You can see that at the bottom right there. Saturday, July 13th, 1985, Live Aid, Wembley Stadium. Beautiful. I can't get over it. Beware of private program sellers. That's funny. But yeah, here it is. I'm very, 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 very happy about it. I can't get over it. It's very cool. A couple things about it. Like I said, it's a thin slab, which maybe they're just going thin now. which is very interesting. And it has no bumpers, which I don't know how I feel about that. I'll let you guys know over time if this ticket turns or shifts down, because there's not anything holding it in the center, probably other than the pressure of the slab. But yeah, here it is. And I'm very happy about it, and it's going to go right into my collection with my Woodstock tickets, and the collection will continue to grow. So thank you all for watching. I hope this was entertaining, and you know, stay tuned and find out what else I'm going to buy and unbox on this channel. Take care.